Gemini, this is your weekly tarot, December 24th through the 31st, 2019. I'm so crazy. Okay, so if you would like to book a reading, you can. The information is in my description box. You can go to my website and just schedule something there. I mean, pick what you want. There's a menu. We are redoing all the product on the website. Everything is sold. So we have a gallery up, but we will be putting new product up in the next month. If you would like to donate, you could put there's a Venmo and PayPal link in there. I have a hard time talking and thinking and shuffling at the same time, evidently. So anyway, how's that solstice treating you? Okay, so this is a shaman deck I have. I've had it forever. It's kind of hard to see. Sometimes at night, the light just bounces off everything so bright, it's hard to get the lighting good. So I'm going to pick one of these. It's super Native American, so the wording's different, so I have to read from it, and I have to do it slowly so we can understand everything. But it's very powerful, though. So I'm just going to cut the deck, not look, pick the top card. Okay, so what we have here is we have Snow Moon. Snow Moon. There's like a... Okay, it's a falcon, because the falcons have that beak, I think. And it's Aquarius, it's Rosettes, and Elders. Spiritual guides. I am the Snow Moon. I am the time to renew old friendships, make new friends, and being involved in group activities. I am here to inspire you to new innovations and inventions. Fly above it all and actualize your dreams and visions. Set new goals and follow them through until you have achieved your ideals. For inspiration, tap into the resources within your mental and spiritual energies. Be versatile, flexible, and creative. Follow your intuition and take care of business. I am the cold moon of winter. I am Snow Moon. And this couldn't... The only better person this might have been given to is actually Aquarius, because, well, as Geminis, we're very flexible and we're very creative and innovative. That's part of our gifts, right? We got that. All right, so let's get on with it, shall we? A couple more here. Still resistance, huh? Yeah, there's plans that are not following through, right? Things are changing all the time. Like you think you have something like this and then it turns into that. And you're wondering why, right? That's that flexible thing. It's about being adaptable like a fox. Flowing like a river. You know, like a hummingbird can change its angle. Like this, it can buzz here and then it can go any direction, right? Yeah. That is going to help Gemini to be successful, more resilient, and you'll be able to overcome anything. And I kind of think that's why it's being put in our path. So we know there's nothing that will hold us back but us. And I guess that's not going to work anymore, right? So Nine of Pentacles reverse. This is the ex-girlfriend, the ex-wife, the single mom, the single woman. It's a feminine energy, doesn't have to be, but this is the ex that's struggling to get back on her feet. She is dependent financially, but it can also be somebody that's codependent, that runs. It could be somebody that goes to one relationship to another, or is with people so they can help her. And it could be a masculine energy too. This is earth energy because it's pentacles, so it's about the things, you know. But the challenge is to get this upright, and to never have circumstances affect us this way again because we're prepared for anything. Oh no, I got this. You see it coming a mile away. Not to be taken off guard, caught off guard. Four of Cups. It's kind of the same thing here. Four of Cups reverse talks about previously what we did not see in front of us. That was right there the whole time. By being honest about where you are in your life and time, what has been going on, and the facts. This gives one power to make reasonable, effective decisions based on actual information with detachment, and not saying it's like this because A, B, C, or D. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why or how it got there. It's the fact that it's there. So now what are you going to do? And what are you going to do to keep it from happening again, no matter if you're going through a separation, if you have a heartache, if you lose your job? You see what I mean? And taking the excuses out so you can have stability no matter what. Whoop. So, Eight of Cups. Reverse. So, this is, when it's upright, it's walking away from something. When it's this, it's walking back to something. So maybe it's walking back to something you loved in the past. Whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's a business. Something that was at one time emotionally fulfilling. Knight of Swords is, this is the brutal truth. This is coming in with the brutal truth. Okay, so if I was to come in and say, here's your situation, what are you going to do? Okay, it's coming in for a conversation. This is the way it is. What do you want? What are we going to do? It's quick movement, but it's movement with a conversation. It's with a purpose, right? Okay, so I just was seeing if I got anything else. So now we have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles upright. This is the perfect partner, perfect husband, perfect father. Nurturing, abundant, has his own business, has property. Okay? Stable, loyal, loving. He's not a player, it's not a cheater. We have the Page of Pentacles. This is a new offer. This is a new opportunity. This is the beginning of something. This is news about something. So, this could be a sign that, represents masculine, masculine energy. Woo! And Earth sign doesn't have to be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Doesn't have to be. This is Earth also, so that's why it's an offer, a tangible offer. There may be somebody coming in from the past that you left, and it was an Earth sign, and they're coming in to make you some kind of offer. Maybe they're going to say, hey, let's work on something together. Hey, I want to work on this again. Hey, but this is a deal. They're trying to strike a deal with you. Okay, and that would make sense because, hi kitty, hi baby, tiny baby. She's not tiny, but I tell her she is. What do you want? Okay, so it's a tangible offer, but coming in a logical way is probably a good way to come into Gemini. So, A, B, and C, but this is supposed to be coming in with the truth. Hey, I can't stand it anymore. I got to come in with the truth. I've thought about it too long. I've been looking at what happened. Somebody's been looking at what happened. Yeah. Oh, I got it. This is your ex. That's still upside down. That was codependent. Coming in to make an offer. This is that Earth sign too. So if you were dealing with the Earth sign or somebody that's very earthy, that is them coming back. Woo! So we've been hearing about that for a while, right? Yep. Okay, well, let's talk about this codependent Earth sign right there. Let's talk about the ex, baby. Okay, he's the one. I have all this passion for you. Yeah. Gemini's got, what? All right, sweetie. I gotta let her out. Just gotta go potty. Sorry about that. Cats that think they're dogs. Okay. Anyway, so we have Ace of Wands. So somebody's... You might still have passion towards this person, you know. Gemini, you might still love this person if they're your ex. And, you know, maybe they still love you. Maybe this is the passion between you. And maybe at some point everybody was hoping for a new start, you know, for a new chance. A rebirth, right? I really don't want to take this because I flipped over the deck. Let me do this. Let me reshuffle because of the interruption. If it's meant to be, it'll pop up again. Alright, so Two of Pentacles. So this is that juggling energy, juggling our thoughts. But I think this is more about juggling things because our thoughts would be like the swords, like the Two of Swords. So this is about being juggled, pretty much. Feels like it. I'm sorry. I just heard Gemini say, well, maybe it's time. Somebody else got juggled. Maybe it's time. But not out of spite, because then that's karma, right? If you really can't decide and the shoe's on the other foot, just because it just happens to be, that's different, right? So if you're just starting to date somebody and somebody from the past comes in and they say, oh, well, you know, da-da-da-da, it's been a year and I decided I want to make it work with you, and you're going, what? Then you can see how you could be in that position. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. So, could be juggling, what should I do? But again, that's probably more like swords. So we have Temperance reverse, and this may catch you off guard. It may make you feel very imbalanced where you don't know what to do, and maybe actually that is. Do I see them both? Do I see one? Do I make a choice? I think, I don't know. I think it really would depend on what happened. Because for Gemini, it was like, it was a theme that happened. Maybe, I know for some it's still happening, depending on what timeline you're on. You know, when this all went down. But I think it also depends on how the person shows up. Do they seem different? And have they done this before? Did they say this before? Are they really being honest? If they're not being a whole total 100% honest, which it looks like they are coming in honest. But if they're not being honest, that's something to think about if you want to be in that same place, right? Because each cycle, if it's not fixed, and you probably know this, Gemini, cycles go, they happen faster and faster, which what might have taken a year the first time will take a month the next time and a day the time after. So they happen faster. Okay, so the Hanging Man. Four of Cups reverse says, hey, I've been down that road. I know what I didn't see, and I see it now. I'm not willing to change my mind here. I made up my mind, and I'm good. Hanging Man reverses is not willing to take that different point of view. I've already looked at that. I'm not going down there again. Or, and defending yourself. Well, why won't you if somebody says that? Because A, B, and C, and this is what I know. And, you know, so it's very likely you will have to defend yourself. You have to defend the reasons why you're not willing to do this. And if this is somebody that's very manipulating, if you were juggled, they probably are. So, I know that Gemini can defend themselves really well, so I'm not worried about you. Seven of Cups. The next card says, make sure you can see what illusion is and what reality is. Remember how they manipulated you in the past. It's just like a heads up over here. And if it's not something you feel like you can 100% trust, then it's not. Then that would be something to consider. If it's not, then you know pretty much you'll end up in the same place or worse. So, at this point in time, somebody's seriously debating. Well, they've decided to come back towards you. It looks like they've decided. They're out of their head about it now. They made a decision. The Hermit reverse says they feel like they did all the soul searching they needed to do. They're coming out of that hermit mode. Seven of Swords says, is this somebody that you busted cheating or lying or both? It is that person in case you needed that verification. Knight of Swords says that they're going to reveal the secrets. They're going to reveal the lies. They're going to bring that out in the open. Five of Swords is an argument may happen because of it. And they may even talk to you about why they argued with you during the relationship. They may be honest about why. Something about here that they were fighting themselves. I don't know what that means. But I think you would. And then there's this card, the Star Reverse, is about they felt like there's no hope. I don't know if they feel like there's no hope now. Or this is you saying, oh, there's no hope here. Or it's reflecting on that time there was no hope. But this could be them coming in, revealing the truth, and it causing an argument, and you going, there's no hope here. No. So, it depends on how that all is going to work. I'm not, like, you don't believe in them anymore. There's no, yeah. Okay. You had a lot of love for this person at one time. And they really hurt you. Really. I mean, yeah, it really felt like it was a game to them, didn't it? Felt like they were just playing with you. Okay, so let's talk about the King of Pentacles. Let's talk about wanting to come in as a king. I'm a good husband. I'll be a good husband. I'll be your... Right? I bought a house. I have a good job. Page of Swords says, if you do your research, this is true. Survey says, this is true. That's what they're saying. Death card says, this person has been reborn. My mind is blown. Is it possible for a narcissistic player to be reborn? To find their soul again? It's a good question. Possibly. Because what this person may have found was faith. Faith in many things again. They might have connected with their spirituality. And therefore they believe in marriage and relationships again. Maybe they even went and talked to some people like counselor. Or a good church leader. So that's really interesting. So let's talk about this offer, this Page of Pentacles. And for some reason, it feels like it's a darn ring. I don't know why, Gemini. It's shaped like a pentacle, but it shines like a diamond. Okay. Lovers reversed. Well, it could be read a couple ways. As Gemini, being the lovers, you go, what the heck? You feel turned upside down. Maybe. But more likely, it's like, man, I made a bad choice on you last time. I'm not willing to make a bad choice again. Because reverse, this is third party. What about the third party, she says? Well, let me tell you about it, because I want to be honest, because I want to walk in the sun, my happiness and abundance. This is the Sun card. They're going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you everything. You know why? Because they realized it was you that they wanted. And they thought they wanted all this other stuff. And realized it was you. that it would appear nothing else pan out. But it's bigger than that. It's overlooking, like how great you were. And I don't know if it has to do with just plain inexperience. Maybe they didn't have a lot of relationships before. But it would appear that they got their karma. Nine of Cups says, I know what I want now, and that's you. I know. So, well, Gemini, there's only one thing to do, is to do 5 more cards to make sure we can confirm this, right? We're at 20 minutes, all right. And, you know, if you have somebody new, there may not be an opportunity no matter how this person comes in, you know. But it's good for people to realize things. It's good for people to find their truth, even if they don't get the prize, which is you, Gemini. Because they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it to begin with. I had one flip the card, but I'm not going to take it. Let's see if it comes back. Just didn't feel like it was supposed to be there. But it was the King of Swords reversed. Okay, Ace of Fire. There's 10 of Earth. There's the Tower reversed. 10 of Earth reversed. 9 of Water reversed. Alright, so the question was, can we confirm this? Ace of Fire says, still have love for you. Want a new start with you. 10 of Earth says, no abundance. Tower says, no restart. 9 of Water says, this is not what somebody wants. 10 of Fire says, release the burden. Let it go once and for all. I don't know. You can tell me if that's the right answer for you. Tower cannot be rebuilt. But see, it's not the same relationship being rebuilt either. Let me go through these a little bit differently too. 10 of Pentacles says, the old way, the old legacy is over. And that could be the way their family's been doing things. That could be where the behavior came from. It's not completely bad, the end of that legacy. 10 of Fire could be, this person is not this way anymore. We could see that with the death. 9 of Water is that the things that person thought they wanted was not really what they wanted. And that part of the cycle, the player cycle, will not come back. That is it's a bad tower that won't be rebuilt. So, depending on how that feels, there is room to move forward. And we had been hearing this, okay? We had been hearing this, that this is the way it was going to happen. So I know that for some people, it's likely it'll happen that way, but for others it won't. And I think that, well, seeing is believing in it. It's all about the evidence, right, Gemini? We'll do one more card. Let's do Through the Eye of the Soul Oracle. All I want for Christmas is a gosh darn truth, and I gave up. No, I'm just kidding. You know how many readings we've had like this, so. Okay, so, so the guidance here from the Art Through the Eye of the Soul Oracle is to move away from a difficult situation. And that can be just release the anger, forgive them. Because it creates difficulties within us to be angry over the deception. And you know, depending on how long it's been for you, if you're doing pretty well, you've already released it. It's just them coming back needing to be released. However that's going to work. It doesn't mean you have to say yes. And it no matter what the result is, they came back to make it right. And at least that happened. Because there's times in so many people's life that doesn't even happen. So it is a small, I mean, even if it's just that, that's a great thing. It's a great thing to have accountability from somebody that was such a player, you know? Because it's somebody that may have never been accountable in the past. It's a big step for mankind, player kind, really. Could mean the world's changed a little bit. And that is a great thing about having the higher perspective, Gemini. Love you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2020.